Hi, in this video we're going to be talking about the Ubuntu Startup Disk Creator. So this is a tool you could use within Ubuntu to create Ubuntu flash drives that you could use to install Ubuntu Linux on other computers. So it doesn't work with all distributions of Linux, but there are quite a few. So if Ubuntu is your thing or the similar distributions, then this might be a nice tool for you, since it's easy to install and you might already have it installed on your computer. All right, so it's called Startup Disk Creator. So it works with the official Ubuntu version. I'm running Cinnamon Ubuntu right now. So here are some other examples of Linux distributions that it can work with that are Ubuntu related. And there are some Ubuntu-based distributions that it might work with for the most part, like Mint and Pop! OS and Elementary. So you could try that and see how it works for you. It might work for some Debian-based Linux distributions. And there are some that are not supported, such as Fedora, Arch, and so on. And it's not going to work with Windows for sure. Even if it makes the flash drive using a Windows ISO file, it's not going to actually show anything on the flash drive, and it's not going to work. So the first thing you could do is see if it's installed. If you just go to your apps here and do a search for this, for example. And this is just showing the document that we're working on, so it's not installed here. And you could also run this command here to see if it's installed on the terminal. So if it shows nothing like that, that means it's not installed. All right, so you can install with just a couple commands here. So first we're going to do an update here, so sudo apt update. Put in our admin password. All right, let's clear the screen here. All right, so now we're going to run sudo apt install USB creator -gkt. And I think sometimes too, if you just try and run it, it'll tell you it's not installed and give you the option to install it right on the spot there, but we're just going to do it this way. Say yes to continue. All right, so now if we go to our apps here, now we have a shortcut Startup Disk Creator right here, and we should be able to do it this way too, since we're already in the terminal. All right, so it does the same thing. Okay, so now, looks like it already found an image here. So if it doesn't find your image, assuming you have one downloaded, your ISO file, you could click on Other, and then pick it from wherever you have it kept. You can see I have the option to pick a Windows 11 ISO file, but it's not going to work. All right, so I'm going to be using this PNY 128 gig flash drive here. So let's go ahead and make the startup disk. So it tells you everything on the drive is going to be lost, so we'll click yes. Put in our admin password again. All right, so now it's going to write the disk image, so I will pause the video, and then once it's complete, we'll try it out and see if it works. All right, so our image is completed, so we'll click on Quit. And if we open up our files here, you can see we have our flash drive created, and these are the files on it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is shut down the computer and boot to this flash drive, and we'll make sure everything works out. Close all this out here. So all this information I'll put in the description so you could have that to reference it if you want. All right, so we'll be back. All right, so as you can see here, we have our try or install Ubuntu menu here. So let's go ahead and press enter just to kind of load up the desktop. We're not going to actually install it. We just want to make sure that it runs here in memory. All right, so let's click on try instead of install. All right, so there's our desktop. So we're actually running Ubuntu Linux in memory here. So then you could play around with it, and then if you want to install it on the actual hard drive, you could do so with this icon here. So of course, not every version of Linux is going to work exactly like this, but they're all pretty similar, especially the Ubuntu-based ones. All right, so like I said, I'll put all that information in the description and you can try it out for yourself. All right, thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe.